I think it's largely having relationships that are sustainable and friendships that bring you more than what you can bring yourself through, like working hard. I think at the end of the day, you can work extremely hard and have an amazing life, but if you don't have people around you who understand you and who love you, it would be a very lonely experience.
Sure. So I'm imagining you have people around you working with you in this business venture that you feel comfortable with, right? How did you kind of like launch this new venture, having come from Nasty Gal?
Yeah. So I mean, Nasty Gal filed for Chapter 11 protection at the end of last year after 10 years of having like started an eBay store at 22 years old and getting a PhD in entrepreneurship and doing a lot of things that you should do and a lot of things that you shouldn't do and just learning the hard way. And Girl Boss was the book that I wrote in 2014 that was about to become a Netflix series, had become a podcast, and in many ways had almost become bigger than Nasty Gal. There's over 8 million Girl Boss hashtags on Instagram and over 550,000 books sold, and then Netflix put Girl Boss into 95 million homes in 195 countries. And being the hustler that I am, I was like, okay, this is a moment. This is like a moment that I would love to take time off from the decade of my life that I've poured into my last business, but life doesn't always really afford us that. Like, it's a smart choice to start now, but it was also, personally for me, it would have been nice maybe to take some time. And, hired our president who was the CRO at Goop, Allie, who's amazing, and have hired like an amazing team, but really just started putting together like, this is what I think it can be. No, it's not any of these disparate things. It's not just a book. It's not just a Netflix series. It's not even just media. Girl Boss is a brand and a conversation. What should that look like? And I've done a lot of work on that and talked to some really smart people and gotten some great investors to help us along the way.
So what did you take from your experience with Nasty Gal? You mentioned the bankruptcy, there was lawsuits that you learned from, that you're like, okay, I'm not going to do that again, or I'm going to do this differently this time.
Some of those things, it's tough. Like, some of the things that happened were completely out of my control, and sometimes you can't always point at what you did that led to that thing that you wish didn't happen, and that's a really challenging thing to experience. With this company,